Hey everybody, Michael here, and we are taking a look at a production proof of Tiny Epic Zombies. So this isn't a final version, but it's very, very close. I mean, it'll give you a pretty accurate idea as to what you can expect from the final version. But I mean, you can see right off the bat, the box cover doesn't have the spot UV, so that's part of the advanced copy or when we get the final mass production copy. It's not included here on this production proof, but everything else, I mean, is really, really close to a final version. So there's the back of the box. Just kind of show you the sides. All right, let's take a look inside. So here's the interior printing. Otherwise, it's a nice black lining on the inside of the box. Really nice sleek look and kind of a thematic feel. Also, what kind of mentioned the elephant here, we got the mat that's just came in as well. This is a production proof of the mat, and it is super, super nice. I'll get you a look. I'll let you look kind of how it looks when I put all the cards out. We'll have the map cards out, and you can kind of get a good feel for it. But it turned out really, really fantastic, and it really helps with setting up the board and figuring out how to place your mall cards. So I think you're going to really like that one. But let's dig a little deeper into this box. So up on top here we have the deluxe content. So let me dig into here, see a couple of bits. Now these aren't the final item meeple pieces, but they're very close. Again, they're the exact mold and everything, but instead of being white, the final one is like a little grayer. It's a cool gray 2. But that's the bazooka, the katana, and then here's Ted, our little dog. He turned out quite adorable. So then of course you get the card for him. You get a couple of items to pick up, and then you get the items that are associated with the bazooka and the katana as well. So these all go into the search deck. So you get 5 search cards, those 3 tokens, and 4 additional playable characters in the game: the trucker, the farmer, the burglar, and the lawyer. And then each on the back side have their corresponding zombie versions as well. So that's what you get for the deluxe content. That'll come in its own little baggie, separate than everything else. And then I've already opened some of these cards and stuff, so just to get in to make sure that the card count was good, everything was accurate. That way I can get the factory moving with production. So they're already going to be opened up, but at least you'll get to see what it all looks like. So you get a ton of bits in this game. As you can see, I'm just sprawling it all out here, but it's pretty remarkable. The bottom, again, is going to have a nice black lining. And then the rule book here, it's nicely laid out with large graphics and explanations for how to put everything together. It kind of shows the layout for the mall and the direction that the zombies move. And then in the back you've got your cooperative 2 to 4 players, competitive versus zombie, solo play rules, all the rest of that. So there's your rule book. Let's take a look at these here. So you get a huge bag of wood pieces. This is your zombies, your wound tokens, ammo tokens, your barricade, all the different markers for your objectives, and I'll kind of get into those here in just a little bit. And then here's a bag of plastic pieces. These are your item meeples with all the weapon attachments. Let's bust into those right away, because those are really fantastic. All right, so you get You can see there the color palette for the item meeples is really fun. Almost kind of an industrial color palette. It goes really nice with the theme. These items are super awesome. You may have seen a lot of pictures of these items already posted in previous updates, but I will just show them to you again here because they're just that cool. So like, here's the dude with the shotgun and a chainsaw. And then here are the vehicles. So the cop car and the motorcycle, and they're printed on both sides. And when you put your guy in like this, you can see that it's got kind of a cutout in the front so that when he goes in, you can have him holding the items and it doesn't get in the way. Same with the, this is the cutout that I'm referring to. It's right here. But it's the same with the cop car. You put the guy in and you can see that those items kind of just rest on that little shelf, giving it plenty of space to fit the dude. So that's pretty fun. All right, so for punch out tokens, these are all your objective tokens, as well as like your traps and the crates to increase your barricade. So you get a whole bunch of these tokens. These are all associated with the different objective cards in the game. Let me kind of sort those out here and I'll show you. So here's all the objective cards. You get 9 of them that come in the game. Each one's going to have a side for competitive play, and then the other side is for cooperative play. So they have slightly different rules depending on how you're playing. But those are what those tokens are used for. And then you got your mall cards. And these are double-sided as well. So on the back side of these is just a different store. You may have different abilities in the store. Definitely different art. And then you get a whole bunch of characters. Let me just flip these kind of so they're all facing the right direction. And then here's all your character cards. So the teenager, the pop star, the hippie, the doctor. You get a whole bunch of different characters, adding a lot of variability to the game. And then as well, these guys have their associated zombie versions on the back side that include abilities and whatnot for when you're facing these as zombies. So that's really cool. Okay, and then last before, well, not quite last, but before we get into the wood bits and showing it all set up on the mat, here is the search deck. So these are all the items that are associated with the item meeple pieces that you get. So you get a physical representation of most of these items in here. So that turned out really nice as well. Very pleased with that. Here's the melee die. So it's kind of hard to see, so I don't have it perfectly focused, but it's not stickered, it's engraved and colored. It turned out really nice. And then the wood pieces. Let's take a look at some of these here. So let me show you the wound tokens. These have the player color as kind of the blood spill on each of the wound tokens that match the 4 different player colors. So you just grab your color. That way you know during play. That's kind of your reminder of what color you are. Here's the wood token. This is, sorry, the barricade token. And then here's the bullet token. And of course the zombie token. Let's take a look at these guys. These guys are printed on both sides as well. Here are the zombies. Trying to get it clear here so you can see. Very cool. Okay, and then just a bunch of 8mm cubes in the associated player colors. Those are for tracking your objectives, and then also the little mini survivor tokens, which are these little mini meeples. All right, so let's take a look at how this looks when it's all set up on the board, or on the mat, because it's really, really cool. So we put the weapons up here in this corner, and then we're going to separate out your search deck and supply deck. I'm just going to pretty much grab a random stack of cards and put it over there. I'm not really building out the deck. I just want to show you kind of what it looks like. This actually goes here. Okay, and then the mall. And you just you're going to pair up this icon here. This is the exit of the store. You're going to pair it up with the circles that are on the placements here for the maps for the mall cards. And the courtyard goes in the center. So that'll help you with the orientation for the card. It makes figuring that part out really, really simple. Okay. So there we go, and it looks like we got the parking garage. So so the parking garage has the motorcycle instead of the cop car. That's in the security station, which is the security office, which is on the flip side. And then each of these get a zombie in the entrance. Your item meeples hang out here in the courtyard. The zombie player can actually have they'll sit up here and they can have their card on the mat. And then as they acquire additional zombies like such, then those cards go out onto the mat as well. Setting these zombies up here so you can see what that looks like. And then as you go through the game and you get search cards and you play them into the certain rooms, there's a spot next to each room where you can place the search cards so that you know that it goes for that room. So that's kind of what I'm doing here, just showing you the search cards being out. And then the objectives you have up top, right up here. So you have your 3 objectives. So there you go. So that's the whole thing set up on the mat. You got the parking lot around the mall, so you got these little cars that you can. It just really adds it definitely looks like you're at a mall with this mat in place. And then you got the glorious victories here on the side. Cooperative glorious victories, competitive ones, and then ones for the zombie player. So that's the whole thing. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll take a couple of pictures and have them posted along with this video so you can get a closer look at some of the wood pieces and the item meeples. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Take care.